stream. We are back with another live, and we have a couple of little bits of exciting news today. So we have kind of like a gig announcement, which you'll have seen by the thumbnail and the title. But there's something else as well that I want to touch up on a little bit later on in on the stream, and it's DJ related. It's actually about a new bit of equipment that could be potent. I think it's looking like it's actually going to be something legit and something that is coming out. So we'll touch up on that, and I'll share my thoughts, and I'll tell you a bit about it as well, as I'm actually looking at a picture of it right now, and I'll show you the picture as well. So we'll start off with the good news. So as you would have seen by the title and the thumbnail, we'll waste no time getting into it. I am making a return to DJ at the Hull Fair 2024. So for those of you who may or may not know, if you've been like long-term subscribers of the channel, or if you've been subscribed for at least the past couple of years and you've been following, you'll know that over the past couple of years I have been doing some DJing at the Hull Fair on the waltzers. I've been given some opportunities to do some DJing on the Hull Fair. Typically over the past couple of years, the Evans walzer, the Atmosphere Creator, which is an absolutely magnificent ride, and it always goes off every single year. And I suppose, to my own sort of, I guess, stupidity, I've really been, I don't want to say tied to the ride, because I think that's the wrong word, but I most certainly have missed a lot of what Hull Fair has to offer, in terms of like going around and seeing kind of like the sort of like majority of the fair. So like previous years I'd go to the fair and I'd really go to that ride only, and I'd DJ on that ride, and then I'd kind of stand sort of around that ride. And you know, there is other rides that are offering so much more DJing, MCing. There's loads of different things, you know, that are going off. So this year I have been in talks with a guy who runs another waltzer, and I'm doing some DJing on the Terry Affer's Hellblazer waltzer, and I'm looking forward to this one. It's kind of like like a new venture for me, and I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to it. So a little bit of a backing story. So this year I didn't get invited, unfortunately, to go and play on the other waltzer that I do normally play on. For whatever reason, they filled the slots, and they didn't ask me to do it this year for whatever reason. I don't know why. You know, they put other people on. I'm cool with that. You know, I'm very fortunate that I got the opportunities to play on that ride the past years, you know, the other years, and I've always enjoyed it. And it's always, you know, something that, you know, I'll look back on my career, and you know, I got to do that. It was a cool experience. So that didn't happen, and then I got into a conversation with somebody at a rave, who was saying, like, you know, and believe it or not, I've had so many people that have asked me this year, like, am I DJing at the fair? Am I going to be doing anything on the waltzers this year? You know, and earlier on, I kind of thought, well, yeah, probably I will be. You know, I'll probably be doing some. I mean, I don't know just yet. It's a bit early, but and all year round, I've had people asking me, like, are you coming back to the waltzers? Are you doing anything on the waltzers? So I think a lot of people must have liked the fact that I was doing the waltzers, and a lot of people knew that I was doing it because I heavy social media. You know, I was heavily posting about it on social media, and I got a couple of other people the chance to do it as well, which was a really cool thing. So they were always kind of like, "Oh, you're doing it again this year." So it was a little bit sort of early in the day, so they didn't get me for this one. I was in conversation with a guy at a rave who I know. He was just asking like, "Oh, you're doing it again?" And at this point, like, they'd announced on the Evans waltz their lineup, and I wasn't on it. So at this point, I was like, "Well, no, I'm actually not doing it this year, unfortunately." And then he said, "Well, look, I know a guy who runs one of the other waltzers who's actually looking for a DJ." And I kind of thought, well, this could be quite interesting because I've always enjoyed doing it, so it would be an opportunity to do it again. It'd be a chance to do a different ride and do something a little bit different. So I kind of thought this could be like quite a cool sort of this could be quite a cool sort of this could be quite a cool opportunity to do something quite cool here. The guy I was talking to, he said, "Look, message this person." So I did. I messaged this person. I said, "Look, I got recommended by a friend that you was after a DJ. Blah blah blah. I might be able to help, or all the rest of it. As you do and as you go." And we had a little bit of a chat, and he said, "Look, send me some mixes over, and stuff like that." And then he said, "Well, look, I'm about to open the ride, so look, I'll give you a phone call." And of course, as things do, the phone call didn't happen. He got busy. So me being me, I thought, well, there's no harm in there's no harm in chasing the guy up, is there? There's no harm in dropping somebody a message and saying, "Look, you're still interested." It shows that you're still willing and you're still keen for it, and you haven't just sort of forgotten about it yourself. So I texted him, and within that, he gave me a phone call, and he said, "Look, I've seen you online. You're quite a busy person." And we had a little bit of a speak, and I said, "Well, look," "I've got two bookings this weekend, so I can't really do the Friday and the Saturday, but any day after the Friday and the Saturday is all good for me. Obviously, the Sunday, the fair doesn't open. Monday, I have work music lab, so I really couldn't have done that anyway. But I didn't say that at the time. And then he was like, "Well, how about come down on the Tuesday?" And spin some tunes for us, and we'll see sort of how it goes from there. And the guy seemed really sound as a pound, and he seemed really sort of like, right, what sort of stuff are you able to play? And I said, well, look, I'll play a bit of anything, me. I get booked a lot for bounce. I play a lot of bounce, but I'm very, I can dive into clubland. I can play trance. I can play techno, makina. I'll play. I can play it all. It's just that I prefer. I like to play the bounce a lot because I suppose that's what I've got right into producing, and that's what I get booked for. But that doesn't mean to say that I don't enjoy playing other genres. I play hardcore and stuff like that. So when it comes to it, I've been I can be very versatile. So he said, well, look. Tuesday 6:30. Bring USB sticks full of different styles of music, and we'll see how you get on. So I'm really looking forward to it. So it's going to be a shed load of fun. Who knows who knows where it's gonna go. Who knows exactly what's going to happen from it. But it will be a shed load of fun, and I'm looking forward to it. I kind of feel like for me, it's a shed load of fun. And it's the next step for me in my career, and what I'm doing, to do something a little bit different. And it's a new venture on this new ride. Nothing against the other ride. I had a lot of fun on the other ride. Never say never that I won't ever DJ on that ride again. I'd always love to do it, and if the opportunity arose again, I would do it. But this time they didn't put me on. I got this opportunity, So I took up upon the opportunity to seek more information about it, and then decided that, yeah, look, this is something I want to do. And at the end of the day, we're all DJs, we're all kind of trying to get somewhere and do the next thing and do the next project. And that's just essentially what I chose to do. To move on in my journey of music, if that makes sense. So I'm really looking forward to it. I essentially can't wait for it. So next Tuesday is the day that I'm gonna do it. And if next Tuesday goes well, there will potentially be some other days as well. There might be I might go back on the Wednesday. I might do something on the Friday. Who knows? It could be either. It could go quite well, and I could end up doing some more days, and then it could be like, well, do you want to come back and do it next year? You never know. So essentially, we'll see what happens. But Tuesday is the day where it's all gonna kick off. All I know is, from my part, is I'm gonna bring the filthiest tunes known to man, the filthiest bounce. I'm gonna bring all the stuff that is gonna get people singing along, all the some really banging bounce remixes of clubland stuff, and then I'm gonna bring some really filthy techno that is gonna be absolutely belting as well. And then I'm just gonna bring some absolutely banging Makina as well. I'm looking forward to doing the Makina actually, because Makina is a genre that I've always liked and I always loved MCing to it. But it's something like I have DJ'd it before. I've DJ'd it a couple of times, but it's something that I've never really fully stepped into, like doing some really good sets of Makina. So that is something that I'm going to look forward to, and there's a lot of Makina tracks that I like. So I'm going to try and hopefully bring some of them tunes in as well, and kind of see where we go. I'm really looking forward to, especially a bit later on, pumping out the Makina a little bit later on, and having a really good time, to be fair. So it's going to be a shed load of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope the Terry who runs the walzer. I hope he's obviously happy with it as well. And we'll kind of take it from there, and we'll see sort of exactly what goes down, and we'll take it from there essentially. But yeah, it should be a shed load of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. So it's Tuesday the 9th, from 6:30. If you're in the if you're at the Hull Fair, make sure you have a sort of stop by the Hellblazer walzer, Terry Affus Hellblazer walzer, and have a little bit of a ride on there, have a look, have a listen, see what's going down, enjoy the vibe, enjoy yourself, and it should be, like I say, it should be a shed load of fun. I'm really looking forward to it, so I hope you're looking forward to it as well, and it should be really good. And yeah, I've been dead excited. I mean, I announced it on Facebook and Instagram. I've just been a little busy today. And last night I just didn't get time to announce it. Last night I had some friends over, so I didn't get a chance to come live and announce it. And I announced it on Facebook, and to be fair, it received well, but there was a little bit of mixed views on it, because there was like, which I don't really agree with this, but there was other people I mean, the only word I can describe for it is well, the only way I can describe it is they were trying to stir the shit, and they were trying to make some big drama out of the fact that I'm doing that ride and I'm not doing the ride that I previously do, and a couple of people tried to tag the person that runs the other ride, and then another person tried to post a video in the comments of, like, it was like a promo video and the lineup of the people that are doing the ride that I previously used to do, and they were just trying to stare a little bit of, they were just trying to cause something, which is not what I'm about. I don't do drama, so I just removed the comments, and I told the guy who posted the video, I said, look, I'll be over to the other ride to show me support. There's some names, some of my mates are playing. I've got no, like I say, I've got no issue with the other ride. I've got nothing against the other ride. I still love the other ride. I'll still probably have a ride on the other ride. Nothing against it. It was just obviously I didn't like I say I didn't get booked on it. This opportunity arose, so I took the opportunity. But there's people out there that like to, some people like to state the obvious. Some people like to just, oh, you're not doing the other ride. Well, clearly I'm not doing the other ride. And then other people just, they think, oh, let's tag the owner of the other ride and stir up some beef. Like like, oh, you need to show him how it's done, and it causes unnecessary drama that I don't do. So I removed the comments, I ignored it, got rid of the comments, and I just carry on doing what I'm, going on my own journey and doing what I'm about to do. If they don't like the fact I'm doing this other ride, or they've took offence to the fact that I'm doing this other ride, then unfortunately that's their problem. They'll have to get pleased again. And if they're the ones who have got an issue over it, then why didn't you book me then? Like if you didn't want me to go somewhere else, or you don't like the fact I've gone somewhere else, then why not put me on the lineup? But like I say, I'm not the one. I'm not a person who does drama. What has happened is what has happened, and I'm taking the opportunity I've been given. I'm going to have a shed load of fun, and hopefully they have a shed load of fun over at their ride, and that is, and that is the way it goes. That is the way it is. Full stop. So I'm really looking forward to it. Loads of tunes going off. There's some other DJs on this other ride as well, that are going to be playing on some other days as well. Got the likes of I think Richie Boy. We've got the legend Hannah Taylor, who has just recently played Creamfields, and her diary has just been absolutely massive lately. Playing festivals and gigs practically every weekend, going up and down the country. Big part of BTID, Let's Have It. And loads of other amazing bounce events and things like that. So it's good that Hannah Taylor is on board as well, and some other DJs and stuff as well. So it will make for like a really good event. It really will. So that brings me on to the next thing that I wanted to speak about, and this is about some new DJ equipment that has arose. Some new DJ equipment has hit the surface. There's been some leaks about it, and there was a picture that got shared a couple of probably about a week and a half ago. I saw that somebody else had shared it, and they said that the cool concept, but this picture looks fake. And at the time, it did look like it was a little bit of a fake picture, and that there wasn't, that it didn't, it was just some, fake generated picture, to make people think that there was some new equipment coming out. However, there has been, by the looks of things, there has been another picture that has arose. Apparently. So apparently that original photo that people thought might have been fake was, in actual fact, it was a real picture. And this is what I'm looking at, which you can't see at the moment. Is another picture, and this is the ex DJ X. Oh, sorry, my screen just went off as I said that. So ex Pioneer, or Alpha DJ, as it probably goes now. Alpha Theatre, or whatever it is, but I still say Pioneer. Ex DJ is dead. And this looks pretty cool. It looks nice. It's, for me, it's something that I'd like to have a go on. But personally, for me, I just don't think it would be worth buying, personally. And this is not me saying like don't go out there and buy it like like it's going to be a shit piece of equipment, because that is by no means exactly what I'm saying. Um, what I kind of mean by it is when you think about like, because this is going to be a hefty price, right? This is going to be a hefty price, and essentially what this is, in a nutshell, is this is a Pioneer RX3 in a Pioneer XDJ XZ body, essentially. So what they've done is they've taken an XZ and they've put features from the RX3 on. So they've made the screen just like the screen would be on the RX3. The buttons and all the things that you would see sort of on an RX3 have been moved over to the XZ. The XZ, of course, as you know, got the 4 channels instead of the 2 channels, so it's like that bigger sort of 4 channel mixer. And it will have included, of course, like just a couple of like new features. But in all fairness, like if you are on an XZ or you're on an RX3 or you're even on an RX2, like these pieces of equipment, like I'm on the RX1. So like for me, I'm happy on that. Like it does what I need it to do. To the point that to upgrade to one of these newer bits of equipment, all you're really essentially doing is just getting something that just essentially has a few more features on it. But in all fairness, it does the same thing. It reads and analyzes USB stick. It has a play button, a cue button, a crossfader, a pitch fader, volume faders, mids, lows, highs, echo effects, beat effects, roll effects, flanges, phasers, and it'll still do filters and sweep noises and other bits and bobs that I can do on mine. Like I say, it will just add a couple of different features that you wouldn't necessarily see on maybe what you currently own, if that makes sense. So I like it, and I'll show you a picture of it now. It looks really cool. So again, it is essentially like an XZ, just with like an RX3 screen on it, and you can see some like little different buttons there. And I think they're basically what would, these little blue buttons here, I think they're essentially what would control what channel the effects are on. Normally, I mean on mine it's like a little sort of like knob button instead, but these have been changed into like little blue buttons, and then there's something that looks quite cool up there, like a beat effects pad, that looks quite cool on there. And it also kind of looks like that the recording feature. So normally on like an RX or like an XZ, you can plug a USB stick into the second port and you can record directly onto the stick. It looks like that has been moved to the opposite side. So currently for me, where I would stand, the record function would be on my left hand side, whereas for me, this one, I believe it's now been moved, so it's on the right hand side, or I could be saying it wrong. I think no. So currently on mine at the moment, the record feature would be here, but now it's been moved to this side, so it's like they've been swapped around essentially. But you've still got your microphone inputs there, and that is like your master channel, basically telling you the overall master of the volume and stuff, which is crazy. But it looks cool, like I say. And if I turned up to a nightclub and this nightclub had decided to buy one, and it was like, oh, you're playing on this tonight, like I'd be like, oh, pretty cool, because I would like to see how it performs and what it's like. But in terms of, like I say, wanting to buy it for home use, like I wouldn't buy it for home use just because I think, personally, like I would like to upgrade from this RX2, RX3 or something. But I just think essentially this is just basically just a bigger version of an RX3. And I think, I'm not saying like don't ever buy one, but I think like just to like people just think like it's kind of the same when like a new iPhone comes out. Like I think in time, like yeah, get the newer iPhone, but like there's people that jump there and buy it like on the day it releases, or there's people that wanna there's people that wanna kind of get it sort of you know like instantly, and there's people that buy them, when they first come out, and sometimes I just think like are you really lacking so much with the current equipment that you've got that you really need to upgrade? Like, yeah, if you had I don't know, you had an XZ and it broke, and then it was like, right, well, it's gonna cost too much to fix it. Yeah, get the spend the extra money and get the newer equipment, of course. But if you've got an XZ that works completely fine, or an RX3 and it works completely fine, and you don't necessarily need to upgrade, it's a lot of money just to have a few extra features. That's really all I'm saying. I'll probably own one at some point down the line. Like if for whatever reason, I could own one down the line, then I probably would. But like I say, I wouldn't go out on release day and buy one. So apparently, according to this, so Alpha Theatre XDJ AZ new leak. The first photo was a real leaked image sources from a Mexican online shop you see in the watermark. They must have broken their NDA, whatever, by mistake or on purpose, I don't know. Picture is from Reddit, not from myself. So it looks like it circled from a Reddit post, and it looks like this store that is going to potentially sell this a piece of equipment in Mexico have essentially leaked it either on purpose or by mistake, and it's got the store's watermark on there. So let's have a look. So it's the BSS. So it's the BCS store. So I'm going to Google it and see if it is a legit store. I'm sure somebody has already done this, but BCS. I've actually just spelt that wrong. So BCS store. Let's have a look. Do you know what? I'm going to save the image so I can zoom in, because I can't zoom in at the moment, and I want to have a little better look at that watermark and kind of see what we're kind of dealing with. So let the image load. So I can't fully see what it says. BCS store DJ. So BCS store Mexico City. This is the one. We found their Facebook page, but now apparently the page isn't available right now. So that's a little bit. But it looks like it is a legit store by the sounds of things, and there's a lot of pictures showing products that are being sold in this store. So I would imagine that it is a real store. Maybe they are going to stock it. I haven't got a clue. I found this amazing store. Weird. But anyway, so I'm gonna keep you updated on the process if I hear any more information. I'll let you know, like, if there's anything to obviously like report on. So yeah, but yeah, Hull Fair, exciting, new piece of DJ equipment, exciting to see what it's gonna be like. So yeah, like, comment, share, peace.